Hi, Julie Watts here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to have another look at some dies from the Elizabeth Craft Designs collection, and I'm going to be using the 2055 tab 4 with tags rather, and so we've got 5 tags and some reinforcers on here and also the base page. I'm also using 2056 tab 5 with sliders, and this set does come with some reinforcers as well. Alphabet on here, so we've got words like that, this, love, you and us, and the rest of the alphabet is included in there. And you've also got pound, dollar, euro, hashtag, question mark and exclamation mark, and an @ sign as well, and a little camera. So we're going to use that one. And I'm also using my favourite note pieces, which is Planner Essentials 21 1739 note pieces. Love this set. I think I've used it on every video that I've used so far. We're going to be using some other bits and pieces as well, and we'll get to those as and when. Right, so first of all, let's get my little pack out. And we're going to go in the garden. I'm going to be using some photographs from my garden, and this video will be divided into 2 parts. So we'll do the front now, and then we'll do the back on another video. So I've got my tag here. So this is the largest tag, and I think these papers might be from Heartfelt Creations from years ago. And I've cut the largest tag out. This is very heavyweight paper, and it's quite shiny as well. And then you can see I've got holes in it. So what I've then done afterwards is I've popped my tag up against the fold of my die and then run it through again to give me the holes. So that now will be a page in my planner. And I could, if I wanted to, stick it on another page up against where the holes are, but I'm actually going to have this loose because I'm going to actually do the back as well. And first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of colour. Oh, this frog. And so that I don't make a mess, because I'm going to do the back as well, I'm going to do a bit of colour on the back as well, so my front and back will be coloured. Now this is quite quite dark colours, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some Picket Fence Distress ink, and first of all on this side I'm going to use the flower stencil from Creative Expressions Designs by Dora. You can see it's a 6x6 stencil. And I've got a brush that's just for Picket Fence. Remember, Picket Fence is in the Distress ink range, but it is actually a mix of it's pigment, so it's like your forerunner for the oxides. So you don't want to mix Picket Fence on the same brush as the Distress ink. So that's why I keep mine separate. Hopefully that's showing up. Yeah, just a little bit. I'll lift it up to the camera in a minute so you can see it. You could do this with gesso as well. Oh, there's a little bit on my stencil there. A little bit hadn't poked out. But there again, I didn't want to use gesso. I didn't want to use paint. You can do. So I've got a couple of flowers there. Let's hold those up so you can see them. Just very subtle. Hopefully the Distress ink won't lighten even more and make it that it wasn't worth doing, but we'll see. It's all a bit of experiment, isn't it? I would probably use gesso if it was an art journal, but because this is going in my memory book, I haven't. But there's nothing wrong with using gesso. Well, that's better. That's caught the edges a little bit more. Let's have another flower here. We can. See, I'm very impatient with my brushes. If we can get that on there again. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to just leave it lighter. Okay. So on the back side, just give this a little bit of a wipe, because I don't want to because I can see I've got picket fence here. So let's give this a wipe. We're going to go for a different stencil at the back. I'm going to use Fairy Hugs. This one's called Flower Buds, all with the same kind of theme. And this will probably show up a bit more because this is actually a darker side of my paper. Oh. And you will find what I'm using over on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, including the Elizabeth Craft Designs dies. So look, all that's showing up nicely. If you've got a plan and if you know what you want to do front and back, it's best to do any stamping that you want to do on your background and any stenciling before you start putting things together. So it's quite a random pattern, so I'm not worried about, you know, matching it up or anything. Most of it's going to get covered up anyway. Cool. I'll show you that. That works really nicely on there. Happy with that. Right, that's all my inking done. Wash those off in a bit. Let's just get rid of any ink, and then we'll look at the film strip. So the die set, where are we? There we go. The die set comes with a slider as well, which I'm going to use on the back page, but basically the slider, which is this die here, will fit over your frame and slide down, and you can highlight a particular photograph. You can have it so you can slide it, you can have it free, so you can do it, you can move it around on your page, but it is actually, it's cut quite close to the edge of the circle, so over time it is going to wear and it is going to break. So I will be focusing on highlighting one photograph when I do that video, and I will be gluing it down. Okay, so that's how the slider bit works, but I'm not going to do that for this one. This one I've actually cut a double-sided adhesive, and I've gone and poked all the extra bits out. I have some photographs. I've been in my garden and I have some photographs, and I printed them out, and they're now 1 inch wide. I've used Picket collage for this. Just fiddled around trying to get some to size, but you could use print to size, which would probably be easier because then you could measure it and get it right. I hadn't used that app before, so they're 1 inch wide by let's see, that's 7/8 of an inch deep. So that's what they are. So let's try and get these on here. Should we do that now? Yes, okay. So I'm going to do them one at a time, so I'm not dealing with loads and loads of sticky. It's easy from above it, but I'm not. That should go on there like so. There's a little gap. Let's see if I can get it off. Yep, I can. Good. It is very narrow. This is there's a gap. Sorry, I'm going to do it from the front, I think. and tweezers. I don't know why I'm not able to do this properly. Let's do it again. Right, that'll be fine when it's in there. Right, that's one. Move that one down. There might be easier ways to do this. There is actually a bigger film strip as well, which is actually easier to deal with because the gaps are smaller, are bigger rather. That's that one. So I think that one, that yellow flower is called Hypericum. So we've got Osteospermum at the top, and then these are Mombretia, which are the yellow ones. We've got them; they're almost like weeds. There's so many of them in our garden. Then we've got, I think this is Diathus or something like that. It's like a carnation, but it isn't. That's going to go in there. And then next one, got a yellow rose. And finally we've got this one, which is a bit like a petunia, but it isn't a petunia. I can't remember the name. I just look at them, and if they're pretty I'll buy them and plant them. And these are some of my favourite flowers in my garden this year. So that's how they look on the film strip. So I got there in the end. Right, so I'm just going to put that to one side just for a minute while we look at what else we're doing with our page, which I've put up here. Okie dokie. So where's that? Oh, it is. So I have one of the note pieces here. So I thought that what I would do is put, let's figure this out with the other one. I think I was going to do that. I've got some words cut out, which these dies aren't actually part of. They're not in stock anymore. I'm not sure if that one is, but certainly the numbers aren't. So I was going to put July 2024 somewhere. And in bloom, where was I going to put it? Let me figure out what I was going to do. In bloom can go down the bottom. So July. These have got adhesive on them. Oh, I've got to put my let's put my reinforcer on first, and then I know what space I'm dealing with. And I also need to put my, this is a camera, I've only cut half of it out so that I can glue those two bits together, and I'll use that probably on the back, maybe, I don't know, can't make my mind up. I'll put my reinforcers on. In a minute. So this is one of the reinforcers for the tag. I put it on double-sided adhesive, and we'll put the front on first. And then that's going to fold. Cut this out of card rather than paper. Don't ask me why, but I have. That's going on the back. Okay. Let's get the reinforcers on, and then we'll know where we're at. So the one that comes with the set is these ovals here. And I've also got from a previous set the flowers, which I thought would be quite nice. These here, these ones, this shape, these are from Reinforcers Pack 3, which I'm going to put on the back. So I think what we'll have is we'll have a mix of ovals, which could go that way, or they can go that way, however you prefer them, and the flowers. I like the flowers because they coordinate with the fact that we're doing a floral page, and also we've got used the flower stencil as well. We use the oval because this is the one that comes with the slider set. Do I want it that way or that way? I'm going to go that way, I think. She's a bit wide, but I am going to go that way. That's what I'm going to do. And I think we're going to go 2 flowers again down here. And another one. It's good to have loads of reinforcers cut out. I've got mine in lots of pots, like Els has. So I'm having me that idea, Els. That's a great idea. So there we go, there's our reinforcers. So I'm not using the camera this time, and we are still faffing about trying to figure out what we're going to do with this. So if that goes there, oh, let's just put it on. Let's just put it on. Put it on, Julia. It'll be fine. I'm not going to rough up the edges of the note pieces this time. I love this die set. Let's put it about there. Is that straight? Ish. This is another of the papers from the what I think is from Heartfelt Creations. I'm not sure. And we'll put tape all down the middle there. So I've still got double-sided adhesive on the film strip bit on the edge. And we're going to put that, where are we going to put it? Let's put it there, I think. Or up a bit. Let's have it up a bit. That's where it's going. And honestly, I drive myself nuts. It's not straight, but that's where it is. It's not straight. I can't do straight when I'm doing these videos at all. And it drives me nuts. July. And oh, I was needing some of my letters. These are for some other pages. This is a Mama Mate's book that I'm using here. So how am I going to get 2024 on there? I'm not going to be able to do that, am I? So we can get In Bloom on though. So we can get in, take the M first. And this is from the, I can't remember the set, I will list it though. The set that's got the letters in 3 different sizes. I've looked and it isn't available anymore, or at the moment anyway. Whether they redo it or not, I don't know. In volume. And I could go around the letters in white to make them pop out a little bit more. Where am I going to get 2024? I can do it this way, can't I? Like that. There we go. All done. That's going to go in my planner, wonky as it is. Oh dear. What am I like? I even had a line there to line it up straight. Oh well. You get the idea. I hope you've enjoyed it, and do watch out for part 2, which will show you how to use the slider, and we'll decorate the back. We won't be using double-sided adhesive, we'll be using a different way of sticking things down. And do like and subscribe if you've not already on my YouTube channel. I love to read your comments. And don't forget, you'll find the products I've used over on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk. Thank you for watching.